something we planned to do this year, and now today we're doing it. It's sponsored by our language classes, most particularly Mrs. Mitsutani and Mr. Roca, and the Spanish 1, Spanish 2, Spanish 2, Japanese 1, Japanese 2, and Japanese 3 courses. We're here today to celebrate cultural diversity, to acknowledge the beauty and the differences brought to us by all people, and to let each of you see what the other classes are doing. Never a success at the vocational school unless there's food involved. So you've done a wonderful job. I was a little worried that we wouldn't have enough, but it looks like it's an excellent selection and a lot of it. So we want to move through the agenda at a good pace to have time to taste some of this feast at the end of the day. So we'll proceed. I think we're going to have some skits. I think we're going to have some flower arranging. And I'd like to introduce to those of you who I'm sure you know her already. This is Emi Mitsutani, our Japanese teacher from Berlitz International. Mrs. Mitsutani.
I was born many years after World War II. My father gave me Japanese name, Emi, which has a Chinese character. I do believe many of my students can explain what A means and what Mi means. Anyway, there is the other reason why my father gave me my name, Emi, because he wrote down my name once in Japanese and Chinese character, and the other in Roman letters like E-M-I. And Emi sounds very familiar to foreigners. That's why he gave me my name. He strongly believed that by the time I grow up, maybe Japan could reconstruct our country, and I might have a chance to come to foreign countries. And I did. But I didn't believe that he believed that I come here to teach Japanese to American students. But this is what I'm doing now, and I'm very happy that I could introduce our culture to American students here. And I always appreciate all of my students who has a strong desire to learn. Thank you. Okay, can I have freshman students?
All of us? Where? All of us?
All of you.
Yeah.
Okay, now let us introduce ourselves in Japanese.
皆さんこんにちは。私はカバオです。私はブラジル人です。さようなら。皆さんこんにちは。私はマリです。私はエクアドル人です。どうぞよろしくお願いします。
Okay. 私はカラテル。皆さんこんにちは。私はカラテルです。私はポルトガル人です。さよなら。
皆さんこんにちは。私はブランカタです。私はイタリア人です。
皆さんこんにちは。私はグリーンです。私はモロッコ人です。どうぞよろしくお願いします。
皆さんこんにちは。私はモランです。私はフィリピンです。さよなら。
皆さんこんにちは。私はムスユです。私はフィリピンです。さよなら。
皆さんこんにちは。私はモエです。私はフィリピン人です。どうぞよろしくお願 願いします。
皆さん、私はデザイナーです。私はフィリピン人です。さよなら。
皆さん、こんにちは。私はデルです。私はインド人です。どうぞよろしくお願いします。皆さん、こんにちは。私はベネズエラです。私はフィリピン人です。どうぞよろしく。
はじめまして、坂田です。お願いします。のどれ、よろしく。
皆さん、こんにちは。私はメイトです。私はフィリピンです。さよなら。
皆さん、こんにちは。私はベリーです。私はフィリピン人です。
皆さんこんにちは。私はミカルです。
皆さん、こんにちは。私はアンドランドロです。私はアメリカ人です。どうぞよろしくお願いします。皆さん、こんにちは。私はアンドランドエリカです。私はアメリカ人です。さよなら。
Okay, now let us sing a song. Thank you very much for that. No more students. And she's gonna be a teacher. Konnichiwa.
Next. Vargas-san, Palmar-san, konnichiwa.
Sensei, konnichiwa. Minasan, tate kudasai. Sensei, konnichiwa. Minasan, suate kudasai. Palmare-san, Sumaraga-san, Natividad-san, Flores-san, Sakura-san, Shinobu-san, Sahai Gadusha-san, Sensei Sakura-san wa igaimasen.
Sakura-san, attention desu.
Soda!
Detention desk!
はい、村中さん、昨日勉強しましたか？はい、しました。はい。これは何ですか？もうがはい。パルバルさん、あなたは今日起きましたか？はい。私は今日起きます。何時に起きましたか？私は6時に起きました。はい。で、ノブさん、どうなったですか？昨日もです。A プラス。ダルシュさん、タバコを吸いますか？はい、私はタバコを吸います。ドーナさん、はい。あなたはビールを飲みますか？はい。私はビールを飲みます。はい。はい、皆さん、さよなら。さよなら。
And in the junior class, we talk about our culture a lot in this year. And one of our students introduced our language in English for you. Mashika-san.
Alright, I'm just going to give you like a quick brief summary on Japanese language, history, what it's about. Basically, Japanese language is used by nearly 124 million people, living in Japan. It's also used as a native language of residents of Hawaii, Brazil, and several other parts of the world that have had significant numbers of Japanese immigrants. The earliest, Old Japanese made a sharp distinction between the standard and prestige language of the court at Nara and what were already designated the Eastern dialects. Similar distinctions have been important in Japanese ever since. The many surviving dialects of modern Japan are classified as those of Eastern Japan, with Tokyo as the focal point. Those of Western Japan in the area of Osaka and Kyoto are similar. Since the middle of the last century, however, the language of an educated elite in Tokyo has been used as the official standard in schools, for most writing, and most recently on radio and television. As a result of this official policy, the Tokyo language is rapidly replacing local dialects and now serves as a common medium for all regions. The past century has also seen an increasingly strong tendency to employ, for literary purposes, forms close to those of the spoken language. In earlier periods, literary forms were clearly differentiated from those used in speech. Since the earliest times that Japanese has been written, all the characters have been borrowed from China. Phonetic signs were later added to the script by altering and simplifying a few of the borrowed Chinese characters. Today, both the original Chinese character and the Japanese phonetic signs are used together in the most complex writing system of any developed nation. Basically, minimal basic literacy for the modern language requires a mastery of at least 1,850 different characters. Despite the obvious economic and educational burden of such a system, no significant movement is afoot to abolish or even significantly reform the traditional writing. Thank you.
I have been on flower arrangement for 5 years in Japan. I feel very nervous today, so I don't know if I can do well or not. But he's gonna explain about the flower arrangement in English. and let me do in front of you. And I asked maybe 2 or 3 students to do with me later.
Lovable nature. In context, there is the thinking of protection of nature in Japan, but not thinking of changing nature. Of course, the Japanese do not put their hands into nature, but they do so with expressing their most delicate feelings and while adjusting themselves to nature and in a form of which appears as if nothing had been done. Nature is not only the wellspring of man's existence, but also defines the vital spirit of beauty. Flowers, needless to say, represent much beauty. In Ike Nabana, flowers are arranged neatly and symbolically, then placed in rooms. This art expresses natural harmony and the beauty of nature. It originated in the 15th century when the tokonoma made its debut in Japan's living room. The primal beauty of nature has represented in the flowers naturally resulting in the desire to have flowers near at hand. Since flowers are living things, cut flowers or branches will quickly wither unless proper steps are taken. The flowers, true to the meaning of the word ikebana, lying in the container. Each plant and flower used in ikebana has its own distinctive beauty. For example, when plants which bloom on the surface of water, such as water lilies, are used in ikebana, no one would think of putting them up on shelves. The appearance of the lilies and water together is highly esteemed there. Therefore, a low basin is used so that the flowers can be appreciated by viewing them from above. When we arrange flowers, consideration and respect should be given to their natural state. Actually, when we arrange flowers, color combination composition is very important. This is why usually learning basic rules of arranging for several years in order to do a great job. As you notice, there is a framework for the composition. This framework consists of 3 main steps. All the plant's materials used in ikebana, whether woody, branch, or stem with leaves or flowers, have an overall linear quality. The 3 main stems are used so as to take advantage of their linear qualities. We give them the arrangement its outstanding unity by using the 3 as the framework. 1 long, 1 short, and 1 intermediate. Arranging flowers is nothing more than the creation of 3-dimensional forms using plant materials.
What he explained, our 5 pattern is basically these 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It depends what kind of flower you use and what kind of base you have and where do you put or something like that. And I just tried one of these, this one, upright pattern. And this is this. So, does anyone interested in to do this? Sapporo-san? Okay, Garcia-san. One more. Minobu-san.
Okay, go ahead.
So 1, 3. Okay.
Right here.
Yes. Okay. This one.
going to present to you in English and Spanish everything.
Okay, before we start, I would like to thank Mr. Roca on behalf of all the Spanish classes. Throughout the year, he has taught us so many things and, opened us up to the new Spanish culture. We also, Spanish class, would also like to thank Mrs. Brancado for allowing us to have the International Day here and take time out of our busy schedule. Alright, now here we go. The Spanish class welcomes everybody to the first annual International Day. We hope you enjoy what we have planned. Las clases de español invitamos a todos para este primer Día Internacional. Nosotros esperamos que ustedes disfruten lo que tenemos planeado. Okay, first, I would like to, the junior class would like to take one moment of silence in memory of Jackson Mwamba. Por favor, nosotros, la clase junior, solicitamos un minuto de silencio en memoria de Jackson Mwamba. Gracias. Thank you. Edelmiro Augusto is now going to say some words about the junior class. El señor Edelmiro Augusto pronunciará unas palabras relacionadas con la clase junior.
The junior class is proud to be the first group graduating from HTHS High School. In the meanwhile, we will be happy throughout the upcoming year. We would like to thank all of the HTHS High School staff and teachers for the collaboration that they have given us. Thank you from all from the class in 1995. The Spanish class appreciates Ms. Brancado, Mrs. Pino, and Mr. Roca for the collaboration. La clase junior está muy orgullosa de ser el primer grupo que se graduará de HTHS. Por lo tanto, el próximo año estaremos muy contentos. Agradecemos a todas las directivas y profesores por la colaboración que nos han prestado. Gracias a todos ustedes y a nosotros, la clase junior de 1995. La clase de español, agradecemos a Ms. Brancado, Mrs. Pino y Mr. Roca por su colaboración. Un aplauso, por favor.
Now, Jorge Vargas is going to say some words about the sophomore class. El señor Jorge Vargas pronunciará unas palabras relacionadas con la clase sophomore.
Voy a decir unas palabras en nombre de la clase sophomore para recordar los buenos momentos que pasamos durante el año. Voy a hablar de cada uno de mis compañeros de la clase, comenzando con Clara, que fue la persona durante el año que no hablaba con nadie en la clase, pero cuando lo hacía, hablaba siempre con Diana. De Marisol la recordamos porque siempre estaba encargada de recoger el dinero de nuestro grupo. De Norman y Paul siempre hablando juntos, pero ellos decían que nunca hacían nada. De Olsen, que este año se ha convertido en nombre cool. De Adriana, que todos los compañeros están felices con su presidencia. De Jorge, él sabe todo. De Ferry, que siempre está hablando y discutiendo. De Dina, siempre preguntando y diciendo que ella se merece buenos grados. Sara, como siempre, cantando su música preferida. Abraham, siempre cansado. Jacqueline, que es una cubana que está en todo. Raymond, siempre peleando con su hermana. Dee, con el dedo dentro del libro en la página de las respuestas. Leonardo, el hombre serio. Brad siempre hablando con Patricia y Patricia siempre hablando con Brad. Y de Mr. Roca que le dijo a todos los estudiantes que eran chistosos y sabiondos. Así es como nosotros nos recordamos los momentos chistosos de nuestra clase de español. Now, he's going to say in English.
Funniest memories of the sophomore Spanish class. I will say a few words in the name of the sophomore Spanish class of 1994 to remember the good moments that we endured during the year. I will speak about each of my classmates beginning with Tara. She was the person that would not speak with anyone in the class, but when she did, she always did it with Diana. We always remember Marisol because she was always in charge of collecting the money as treasurer. Paul and Noman were always speaking to each other, but when caught, denied saying a word. Olsen this year has become a real cool guy. Of Adriana, we are all proud. She has now become the president of the student government. Terry was always talking and discussing things on all subjects. Dina was always asking questions and saying that she deserved better grades. Sarah, like always, sang her favorite music. Abraham was always tired. Jackie, a Cubana, was always in everything. Raven was always fighting with his sister. Leonardo was always the most serious and toughest guy in class. Brad was always speaking to Patricia, and Patricia was always speaking to Brad. Dee always had his finger inside the book and always looked at the answers when Mr. Roca turned around. George was the know-it-all of the Spanish class. Finally, Mr. Roca. He's the guy who told everyone that they were either a wise guy or a funny guy. And this is how we remember the funniest things in our Spanish class. Thank you very much.
Okay, now the freshman class is going to present two acts. Joseph Alantara is going to speak about the first act. La clase freshman presentará dos actos. Primer acto, Joe Alantara.
Have you guys ever had neighbors that always stopped by and never left? Well, in our story, we had hippies, model wannabes, town gossipers, and a paranoid man bothering a very angry man in My Crazy Neighbors, or Mis Vecinos Locos.
Juan, yo tengo algo para usted. Este parece un vecino tranquilo, pero mis otros vecinos están locos. Ah, está estéril, un nombre de niña.
¡Es terrible! ¡Es terrible! ¡Oh, Dios mío! No, no, así Dios, no puedo que lo es el mismo mundo. ¡Oh, Dios mío! Yo tengo algo en mi dedo.
Eso puede ser malo. Y tenga cuidado con lo que tiene usted.
Parece que usted está muy asustado y nosotros queremos saber qué pasa.
Yo lo sabía, yo lo vi en mis sueños.
Sí, usted puede entrar a los riberos.
Yo vi a estos señores entrando para ver qué estaba pasando. A pesar de que no tiene que ver conmigo, yo iba para el salón de baile.
Ellos son espiritistas, son espiritistas, son espiritistas.
Estaba escrito.
¿Cómo es todo el mundo?
Venga, chicos, nade, hay un tiburón detrás de usted.
Todos son como yo. El mundo sería perfecto. No habría nadie como él.
No se burle de él.
Se pronuncia ¿entiende?
Estaba escrito.
¿Por qué usted siempre dice estaba escrito?
¿Por qué estaba escrito?
Mundo, que es mi socio.
Estaba escrito para mí que yo tuviera esa cara.
Oh, por favor, con esa cara, usted puede romper un vidrio.
¡No, no! ¡Usted puede años!
Por favor, oh, siervo. hombre, fuerte cosa para mí.
No estaba escrito.
El mundo se acabará mañana. Mire, mi dedo es una señal de que yo nunca había contado tan profundo.
Váyase, Viva. ¿Por qué está usted aquí? Váyase de mi casa.
Es un placer para traerme aquí a su casa.
O la ira, acabar con usted.
Usted parece que cuidado con algo cuando quiera.
¿Por qué yo quiero?
Usted es un perdedor. Yo siempre estoy bien, siempre lo estoy.
Estaba escrito.
¿Qué pasa? Mami, mami, te necesito.
¿Por qué todos ustedes están aquí?
Usted quería que yo estuviera aquí.
Nosotros estamos acá para agradar a mi hermano.
Estaba escrito.
Estos son mis vecinos. Ahora, que ustedes los conocen, parece que todo es normal, pero no es así.
Usted tiene pies grandes.
Estaba escrito.
Alright, Dan Greco's now going to explain the second act. Segundo acto, Dan Greco.
Greco.
In our play, a man buys a lottery ticket in a store. Now this man owes money to just about everybody, including the mafia. Now, eventually, his debitors catch up with him and demand their money. Well, as luck would have it, he wins the lottery, pays off his debt, and has $1 left. Then, you know, an old lady comes by and takes the dollar away, and you'll see why.
Mira, yo quiero comprar un boleto para la rifa.
¿Qué números?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. ¿Y quién viene después de 5?
6.
Así a 6. Casi me olvidó.
Aquí está su boleto.
Está bien, gracias.
Próximo día. ¿En qué puede ayudarle?
¿Puede darme una goma?
Tiene que comprar todo el paquete. Nosotros no podemos abrir el paquete por una goma.
Señora, ¿tengo que gotera?
Pare, ven acá.
Oiga usted, usted le debe dinero al jefe. ¿De acuerdo? Vamos.
¿Me habla?
Al jefe.
Él dice que hace tiempo que no lo ve y cree que usted le debe dinero. Si la memoria no le traiciona.
Yo no tengo dinero ahora, pero mañana le traeré su dinero.
Él dice que usted viene haciendo lo mismo hace tiempo.
¿Dónde has estado? Usted me debe dinero.
He estado trabajando.
Así que usted ya tiene mi dinero.
Él dice que usted, ¿qué pasa con el dinero? Él dice el dinero que usted le debe hace 2 meses.
Por ese dinero, usted va a recibir algún día.
Está día, pasa.
dejamos ayudar nuestros negocios.
Olvídate de tu dinero. ¿Qué pasa con el mío?
Vamos a matarlos ahora. Sí.
Yo lo estaba buscándolo.
No, no usted. Nadie tiene su dinero antes que yo.
Si ustedes me oyen, tomen su dinero.
¿Quién es usted?
Yo soy dueño de la tienda. Yo estoy aquí para darle a este joven su dinero. ¿Usted ganó la lotería?
Yo soy rico. Yo soy rico.
¿Qué vas a hacer ahora?
Yo voy a Disney World. Sí. Yo lo mandaré a Disney World en una bolsa si no paga mi dinero.
Antes que le di el dinero, dímelo a mí.
Todo el mundo se muere si no logro mi dinero ahora. Sí.
Dele a ellos su dinero. Yo no quiero morir.
Ya al menos. Yo tengo dinero ahora.
Mal hombre, mal hombre.
Porque siempre me pasa a mí.
Last, because we thought, you know, the junior, he should do it the last, but Fateen's gonna try to sing a Spanish song for us, so.
Que la guitarra me haga un sonido así, seguro por el bajo, desagrego yo vengo correcta aquí, para ayudar a que Milagro tiene bomba para brincar, Vanessa tiene bomba para brincar, Camila tiene bomba para pegar, María tiene bomba para gozar, y yo que no quiero atrás, te traigo la campana para empezar, el lago de la verde de Manhattan, ayude que digo no todo más. Desde Puerto Rico a Nueva York, aquí vine con mi negro, así mejor. Me iba tranquilo, y yo, y te traigo mi maestro malecón. Y yo quiero que todas las mujeres me digan, ah, ah. Y yo quiero que todas las mujeres me digan, hoy, hoy. Y yo quiero que todas las mujeres me digan, ah, 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 ah. Y yo quiero que toda mi raza tenga cuerpo. Ama sangre bolor y bomba para brincar, porque es bomba para brincar, ya ahora tiene bomba para pegar y ahora tiene bomba para gozar. Todo, ahorita tiene bomba para pegar. Todo, ahorita tiene bomba para brincar, y nadie tiene bomba para pegar y a nadie tiene bomba para gozar. Y a mí que me gusta el son, valimos nuestro con un quedó. Por la tierra tengo que algo y si eso pues no sé, no. Usted está hablando como más, así que no hueca echa para atrás. Cuando hagan mis chorcitos a mis masositos. Bomba para brincar, Puerto Rico tiene bomba para brincar, Venezuela tiene bomba para pegar, Colombia tiene bomba para gozar, Santo Domingo tiene bomba para pegar, España tiene bomba para brincar, México tiene bomba para pegar, Panamá tiene bomba para gozar. Y a mí que gusta vestir, tengo mi ropa de un lucí, porque a los jamaicanos quieren lucir, y su sangre con la nuestra bien Juegame eche pacha, súbete, mapite, fume, dulce, sexy, sensual. Eche pacha, si te come la simánica, y va después. Gracias.
Thank you very much.
I am really impressed. I think we need to thank our Berlitz teachers, Ms. Tutani and Mr. Roca, for the excellent makes me feel feel very proud to watch you learning and doing things that you've never done before. And I like the energy I feel in the room. We're going to move on into the next part to have some food in a minute, but we have to take a really quick survey. We're under pressure to get those figures to central office. So if you just bear with us before we go into the food festival part, Mr. Cepino has to gather a little information first. Hold on, okay?
We know you're hungry, we know you want to eat, so we thought you'd be more cooperative at this point. We just need to have a show of hands of the technology course that you think would be the course of your choice for next year, sophomores and juniors. Okay? For those people that are interested in the medical technology class, I have some literature here that I'll give you, for Lily and some other girls. Okay, the current sophomores information system is going to have a show of hands of people interested in that course. Okay, just hold them up. Yes, Mr. Gordon, yes. Sophomore technology course offering, Mr. Gordon. Somebody?
Just jump up. I don't know where you all are, so somebody stand up and sit there. A lot more food there than people talking. Ceviche. Ceviche. Wait a minute, I can't hear, please.
Palavo.
Palava? Anybody else? There's something things over there. What is it? Okay, I heard Italian, I heard Filipino, I think. I heard what else? Spanish? American? What's that? Apple pie. Apple pie. Okay. If you start on both sides,
just get the thing.
I don't know.
I have to cut something.
Okay, what's this? Wait, this is small. Wait.
Get away from me.
That way.
What's the knife to that? Japanese sweet potato stuff. That one.
Yeah, somebody.
No, this is them blanket.
I think the guy from the back.
I know.
Here, I'll show you what you're doing.